Hello people! Yeah, you know the drill by now, and lots of news. First off, on Discord I have learned that the player of Kailasa, our ally, has given up. Oh, the great nation to our north and to our south now, has defeated him in battle, and while Rus was losing, so was Kailasa. So he has thrown in the towel and is now under AI control and therefore technically speaking not our ally anymore. On the other hand, Arco is still in the game and fighting Rus too, theoretically, so things are still kind of en route. Also we can probably feast on Kailasa soon. Rus attacked Kailasa in 1. The Delves of the Sun is this his pretender god? Well, I guess it makes sense since he was nearly dead last time I checked. Nobake Oreo Cheesecake. Yes, that is his pretender. Some interesting equipment here. The Fire Energer gives, among other things, a temporary fire gem. One of the more useful shit, because this means that even if you use 0 gems, you can still use some magic. And this is his guys. Fire Shield, which hurts as fuck if you get close to them. Cold Resistant, Regeneration. Yeah, that's a lot, and some of them are cursed. And Recuperation, which means even if their arms fell off, they'll just regain them. They have battle axes, and the attack skill to use them, so they're extremely dangerous. Because their low protection means that if they get hit, they will fucking feel it. And with 19 hit points, yeah, if a really good hit hits them, they're dead. Otherwise, not so much. Interesting. I guess it's one of those cases where assassination would work best. As long as not us accidentally assassinating the goddess herself, or god? Yeah, okay, she. It's a goddess. Yeah, if we manage to assassinate her, she probably kills our assassin with no sweat. That's a lot of shit. We have to go through this in excruciating detail at a later date because I'm tired as fuck and this is my 3rd recording. So let's show mercy to those poor apes and not watch them get slaughtered. Then Ras. Yeah, Hinnon is at it again, and now another case of one leader and some units. A lot of Leogryphs, of course. It's fucking useless if they run away because there's no leader. And because I don't have much time, I already gave some orders before we started recording. These ladies will sneak back because they aren't needed. These 3 will assassinate a single idiot here. And I've put a 2nd army together here. Already armed up and dangerous with scripting and shit. And I managed to put orders in that will mean that they will try to run for the 2 of the archers and hopefully end the battle without too many losses. The Leogryphs of course can luckily not fly, but they can do a lot of shit. I'm guessing here those 24 will then fight it out and lose with the others, but since they also have high attack skills and 2 attacks, we'll take a lot of those other Leogryphs with them. And then the rest of our army, voided up with magic, should be enough to deal with this shit in short order. And then since Hinnom was nice enough to retake Lupia, we can just swing around to Hinnom itself, where there is now only some cheap shit he summoned. Well, the Aether warriors are expensive shit, and the mannequins are mostly useless. And then there is his pretender god and some more re-recruited mages. But yeah, not much to deal with here. Just have to be careful because Ur is still busy now with defeating Kailasa. As you can see, he's penetrated pretty deep here. And there's of course Ktis, which is AI controlled, so not a matter of strategic shit. And here is Rus retaking land now. And then here is Arco, which probably will start fighting them again. Maybe not. I don't really know. He has a lot of units here. Draconians again. He loves that shit. No idea what's there. Let's risk it, because I want to know what's in there. Can I send some more scouts in somewhere? That would be helpful. Hey you, what are you? You're some stupid commander. No, fuck you. No, please. Scouts. Fucking hell, yeah, of course. And I don't have enough money left because really our armies are a bit too large for the size of our empire. Yeah, temple is there. Well, let's continue here. This big army is also roided up and has, funnily enough, less units, I think. It also has tons and tons of weird shit here. Of course, sometimes I apparently use the wrong scripting accidentally. Yes, this makes more sense. Yeah, this is a blesser. This is the second blesser. And this means that the normal mages can do normal mage shit, I suppose. We have lots and lots of things we can do here. Let's go on control skill. Yeah, we have lots of fuckers who can bless. So I guess everything with level 2 glamour magic can go on battlefield duty. Did I catch everyone? Nope. You can't go with the ephemeral blast, please. Then we have, of course, divine blessing, which means our blessers are blissfully useless as long as this guy, the scapegoat, keeps being alive. I want to replace him, but he has racked up so much experience points that he's incredibly hard to hit. Holy fucking shit, defense skill 25. Then add all the elf shit like glamour and blur on top, and he's basically invincible. As long as no magic hits him directly into the head, that's fucking hell, this guy. Anyway, lots of magic, and we clean up these fuckers here. Probably still without any real commander to protect them, so they will immediately die when we steamroll them. So this means we are using our time well now, since this is two different small armies that we will obliterate with our armies. Probably not taking too much losses. And then we'll just continue rolling here, carefully avoiding Kailasa because we're still at nap with them. Oh, no, with Ur. Ooh, yes, of course. Kailasa was just our Discord buddy, but not all players have arrived in the new world of Dominion 6 and are using the in-game non-aggression function. The lizards only did this after they went AI, for example. Or is the only one doing this in this? And so on. Yeah, we are at war with Hinami, we know. The AI will also know if the player ever gives up. And as you can see here, Agatha also has given up. They're somewhere underground, I think. And only one player, no, two players. Two players have been exterminated. Pirene is long gone, and Helheim was only the third place of the elf nations in this game. Second place is still Wes Anderson's Lord of the Rings leading the Valheimians, and we, of course, because we're the best. Gem and the holograms forever. On next turn, we'll have retaken Ras and these guys, Chucklefucks and the Ensorcelled Swamps, and then we'll just keep on rolling through his capital. I will put my slightly bigger army on top of him, and then use the smaller army to just roll everything up until I can join. And let's make a short time assessment. 1 turn, 2 turns, 3 turns. In 3 turns, will be under siege. And this means 1, 2, 3 turns our army will then be here. 1 siege turn, 2 siege turn, 3, 4 siege turns. And I guess after the 4th one, yeah, I mean it's a fortification, it's hard to break. 1500 wall integrity and we are dainty little elves. So this may take a while. We might actually be able to take all of Hinom's provinces before the siege is even over. I'll probably let my blessers do some preaching, since I don't technically need them, and leave them behind. Because if we can lead Hinom to collapse and make its dominion disappear, this will then lead to a funny thing called a dom kill, where you erase someone's belief completely from the world, in which case the god just disappears and his entire faction turns into something independent and easily to take. Right now we are still recruiting some mages and units here and there. Yeah, a lot actually. Holy fucking shit, I should give this to another leader here. It's getting ridiculous. So Lorcan, you're obviously the new guy on the block here. Yeah, that's a lot. Good to know that I have a reserve army now. But also on the other hand, I have nothing left to recruit and we need more GAMs. So I'll keep it at this. Do I have something to give someone? Nope. Yeah, so let's just continue military operations. That's it for this turn. Libluini out. Hello my friends, Libluini is back in German Hologram Season 2. Yeah, we are now in the year 5 of the Ascension Wars and things are heating up. Kailasa is given up and Ur will now conquer it. Rus is still alive and glad, since he has outlasted the player of Kailasa. Arco is doing whatever the fuck that player wants, and we are still trying to beat down Hinom for good. As always, elves against giants. It's like a theme with my elf games, it seems. We are continuing our research into evocation, because I wanted some really strong glamour spells here. We are trying to get Aurora Borealis, and then I guess I have to shell out some Astral, because we don't actually have any Astral Glamour combo for now. But Shimmering Fields is also nice. We have to overcast it, since most of our super mages are only level 4. But since the fatigue cost is still fairly beefy. Damage is so-so, but armor negating, so can still kill a lot of units. And of course, a lingering cloud of fake damage, that's kind of funny. Area of effect is 50, so it's a kind of big fist out of nowhere. Taumaturgy 8, yeah. I keep thinking we want Celestial Rainbow. And I think, yeah, we can actually, right? I have to be careful in case we need some other shit. Let's go over here. Yeah. If I give her... Wait, she really had only level 3? Huh. That's funny. Is level 4 enough? Nope. But... higher level of construction would give me a magic ring that gives her another level of water, and then she would be able to cast it. So since we want to showcase strange stuff, let's add Celestial Rainbow. Since it's a level 9 spell, we have to pay the entire research cost for level 9 spells, but only get this one spell. So let's see how good we can do things. And then let's see if we can get some more construction ready for the really strange and powerful magic artifacts. Is there anything else here? Oh yeah, this shit. Siege Golem is something, but we don't really have anything in strong earthen. Do we have nature? Nope. Maybe this would make more sense. Oh, we are really weak at enchantment, huh? I've neglected it. So anyway, what happened last time? Some spoilers, I guess, but it seems, yeah, this assassination failed, this one too. Yeah, it seems there is... sleeping, well, we still failed. Yeah, it seems like, now that the surprise is gone, our friendly enemy, the Lord of Hinnom, has started to make sure his mages aren't easily assassinated anymore. Lord of the Rings, the modern god of suffering. Oh yeah. Another throne is claimed, so we can't go around here forever. Yeah, that's the reason. Those nice little mannequins were immediately in front of us, so we couldn't get our super spell out in time and therefore lost. Yeah, that's the trouble. And apparently there are just bodyguards. Yeah, that can happen. Mannequins as bodyguards is kind of funny, but I guess it works because he's a mage, so he can have those units in question. And of course, if we had found him out in the open, this would have probably worked out better because we would have had more time to cast spells. This looks a bit better, but we can only have 1 or 2 hits, and of course, since she is interrupted, she will try to fight those dumb asses instead of casting spells. Yeah, that's the Dominion 6 AI for you. I know she got interrupted a couple times, but holy shit, yeah. So, well, the funny thing is, of course, yeah, that's a lot of shit. Yeah, same thing here. Yeah, those bedroom assassinations are effectively very bad for our mages. That's too bad. I kind of hoped for some better results. Of course, he's still dead because we plunged an army right in afterwards. Then, in a Sorcered Swamp, we lost 1 slinger and stormed 78 of those mannequins. So on one hand, they work fairly well protecting you against stupid mage attacks in the middle of the night. On the other hand, as you can see on the battlefield, they are kind of shit. Also, was the local commander really everything? Anything? Everything? Could also be, since there's no mage, it's just dissolved. And in us, we had 0 losses and there wasn't really anything here. I'm guessing the enemy army marched off right after. And it's now either here or here. Well, if he wants to walk around, okay. I'm not wasting any money on defense right now, but I'm going straight for his capital. He can either choose to march around like an idiot or, well, and since we easily won down here, we take this province for good and march onward. We still have all our gams. Our insane casters can still cast insane spells, and we have enough infantry and even some cavalry left over. If those griffins get close, I probably have to do something, since I don't want them landing unopposed in the middle of us. See this long line? That's pretty much ideal for flying units to attack me. Ironically, my big army here is prepared for this kind of bullshit, as you can see. Very well defended. But I also don't want to get sidetracked by trying to run after this army built down here. We'll instead make a fairly smart choice and put our army on Hinnom itself. if he doesn't get his army back inside, he'll pretty much already lost, because even if he can't defeat my army down here somehow, the immense amount of losses he'll take will deal with this shit pretty much. He can then of course walk around a bit, but since I already have another big army growing up, yeah, there is no way this army can do anything except die horribly. The only question is, will it die immediately by trying to walk into my army now, or will he retreat into Hinnom and then be put under siege? We are getting close to the end here, folks. And yeah, I can probably use my better prepared mages with more than one attack later. Especially as they have inbuilt luck and it can just cast their great big "we have now 20 friends" spell immediately and could probably survive. These two girls, of course, will now give back their gamps, because instead they'll be just boring standard mages slash researchers as needed. Yeah, there are a few useful casters here. Of course, most of them are down here. That's kind of funny if you think about it. So, I can now forge another Dreamstone to boost faster. Oh, I forgot I need more gams. Well, shit. Anyway, how much money do we have? Not much. We can just barely continue our capital recruitment. Nowhere else do we recruit shit. We aren't even defending Volga right now. Yeah, so. And O is now invading Kailasa on all fronts. Tis is like some buffer state to the east now. Rus is coming up big now, and Arco, I have no idea what they're doing. Nominally they are still fighting Rus. I guess I have to go to Discord and just ask. But as you can see, we are kind of a limited timer now. We have to grab as much of Hinnom as we can. And it's of course, well, again, my bad luck that this enemy has just fought for long enough that we probably have reduced chances to win the next war. It's actually the same players, now that I think about it, from an earlier game I had. The exact same pattern happened, just kind of reversed because the player of Hinnom invaded me in that game, not the other way around. But it ended with me being too exhausted to continue after he gave up and I took over his lands. And then Ur invaded. So now we have the pattern slightly inverse, with me invading, beating down Hinnom, and taking so much time that Ur is now a dire threat. But I am panicking uselessly here. Maybe things are looking up exactly. But you know, since Ur is marching up there in extreme speed, maybe we should do something. Lorcan, can you bless? Ha, yes you can. So now I have to take those guys here and give it this, because otherwise it's kind of completely idiotic. There are so many of these guys here, it's time to complete and total overkill. Especially since even as level 2, that's something like 6, 12, 18, 24. Yeah, most of those will be unblessed. At least they're fairly good fighters even on their own. And it's not like Lorcan will immediately stop casting magic, I hope. Will of course waste his first bless on himself and his guard squad. You will fire the closest enemy you can find, you idiots. And this is simply a double line, a fat one. Hold and fire. So we can use some of those little spears. So my friend Logan, now we have to go down to Snowford. Oh wow, we can be there in 2 turns. Nice to know. We have to know what's going on in the south. Our scouting immediately cuts off there. But we have enough scouts that we can go take a look. Oh, I completely forgot I had those here. Yeah. I'm sending them back to Volgard for now. Just slow enough I need 2 turns. Because since our assassinations aren't working out anymore now that our enemy is prepared, I can unload those 12 gems and use them for something better. Let's see, can I? Nope, they are too slow. I don't want to walk too long around in swamps, so Volgard it is. They can't really help our elf friend here since... Since Bot here would have to come with him, but this is not supposed to be an immediate attack since... Remember, nominally we still are at peace. We still have this weird nap going. And if I have 3 turns in advance, I can collect... That's plenty of time to collect my mages. They aren't that slow. So next turn we are in Strong Bay, and then we'll get Snowford since Kailaza is AI and can't really argue with us. And since Ulm... big hairy man instead of big heavily armored man. Ulm will probably concentrate on Kailaza, I think. Problem is, of course, we can't see anything here. No, so many scouts and still not enough. That's the story of my life. Let's walk around Who's a little bit here. Let's see what's going on. We'll probably bump in Snowford if he's really aggressive in marching forward. Let's see how this goes. But we also have to destroy Hinnom finally. Since Kailaza is falling, we at least can do some scavenging to make our lines a little bit broader. Something else funny, we can of course now recruit underwater units again. Oh, I have been doing this. Man, I'm stupid, I completely forgot. Well, they have coral tip javelins, but of course they don't work underwater, so I can just send them straight into the enemy and that's it. Not much I can do here. So I can just do this, and this block of idiots can be in front, and hey, you can stay here. So any pairs, you can go swimming now. I completely forgot about... Oh, this guy here. I guess I lost this underwater scout. Nope, he is here. Huh. Okay, I probably should take a look at my underwater provinces here. One of the funny things I can do is... Since there is nothing here that can walk underwater, I have a good chance of getting at least 1 province before the others can even react. And hopefully it's one where I have more than just Marrows with their low protection, low everything skills. Well, that's of course something I almost forgot. Underwater scavenging. Or of course also has troops underwater, as you can see, but as long as we are at peace, we should grab as much territory as we can for later. And of course we are continuing now with our campaign against Hinnom. In the south we will simply advance and we will take Lupia, and what happens next depends on what Hinnom is doing. As I said, he can either counterattack us into Rust to try to cut us off. He can try to retreat back to the capital, or you can try advancing into my smaller but more mage-heavy army and hope for the best. It will be interesting to see what he is doing. I have for now given up on my mage assassinations. It was a nice first strike, but now with a prepared enemy it's too costly. And that's it for this turn. Diploini out. Hello friends, we are back here in Season 2 of Gem into Holograms. Dominion sinks, like you should know by now. We are now in the spring in the year 5 of the Ascension Wars. And not much happens on our side this turn. The dire portent is: those that speak with the winds have always claimed that no man, beast or spirit can truly claim to be fit to sit on the throne of the world without first claiming homage to the storm. Now Wes Anderson's Lord of the Rings, the remote and inaccessible god, and so on and so on and so on, has opened up the Gale Gate. Oh yes, the Gale Gate, and now it's stormy. The Gale Gate is a global spell that gives you air gems, but also creates a lot of storm events all over the world. It's a kind of an side grade. In earlier Dominions games it just gave you gems until you dispelled it. Now it's also fucking up the world. Very thematic for Dominions, also very annoying for everyone else. Then in the Silver Mark, we walked in, lost some of our favorite men and one of our knights, the last Anzeli knight, against heavy archers I suppose, and cataphracts and light cavalries. Yeah, there was some beefy province defense in Silver Mark, but at this stage there's really nothing they can do. I don't have as many staff, of course, because we can still hold the Twilight and then send in a huge amount of illusions. So, yeah, okay, cool. And that's a total chaos here. I guess there was just enough province defense to trigger all of our spells. Less funny things in Lupia, where we have larger amounts of infantry units. What's left in Luvia is just stamp into the ground, and then we got some more nature gems, and that's it really. Silvermark is now here. Oh, I confused my armies. Right, that's the smaller army. That is the bigger army. So for some reason he decided to walk down there. Well, okay. Well, the most important thing is now to make sure he doesn't get reinforcements. So I'm putting my hand down here on his province here. Mannequins, fiery imps, clockwork soldiers. Oh yeah, it's time to end this. And at least he can't recruit any more giants and mages. If I do this, he'll have to rely on clockwork soldiers. And that might be a bad idea against an enemy that's hard to hit as my elves. Now this here is interesting, because the fucking Leogriefs could fuck up my a bit undermanned army here. We took too many losses here. But at least he's also lost the money he put into the defense of Silvermark. Plus the last surviving assholes here are gone. Also something I wanted to check. Kailaza in France. Yeah. He is kind of fucking up my plans. Because while he had this great speech on Discord, the player is still making turns, so it would probably be not okay to attack him now, of all things. But we can sneak through, so... Huh. Okay. Here is the infantry I would need to deal with this shit. If I sneak here through, or here... Oh. I could in 2 turns be here. Or in 2 turns be here. let's be normal here and combine forces. And since he is sneaking, he is double plus ungood. So let's fall back here, but only for one turn. Because if he is seeing his capital under threat, he probably marches back immediately. In which case, of course, we will immediately turn around too. My bigger army is probably okay. Question is how many reserve mages we can ship over. Oh. Well, they take 2 turns to arrive. The enemy also would need 2 turns to arrive. So we can next turn make sure that they have the correct scripting, I wanted to say. So, is there anything else? Yeah, those 3 are sneaking back. Give some more research and shit. And this army has far more gems than they would ever need, I suppose. Can still do at least 1 or 2 major spellcasting armies, fuckeries. But hey, waste not, what not, I can transfer some gems over. So crisis averted, simply because I've sent this army out to attack Kailasa, but since Kailasa is still playing, I instead carefully step around him for now, since we are still allied and all, and carefully wait until this guy here is stepping forward or backward. At this point I really don't want to risk more huge losses. Of course, hey Jetta, since you're already here, you can of course assassinate. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, it doesn't. I will take the loss, and if it works, then of course we gain the time I need to reinforce my southern army, while this army then of course is trapped. If our reinforcements can combine forces in Ensorcelled Swamp, we can get and do the cleanup. And if not, well, then we'll do the whole battle thing probably in Andoria. I'll just keep sitting in Ensorcelled Swamp and get the other army to join me. On the other hand, swamps are not really good for the for our health, so maybe we'll see what next turn will say. Underwater we'll still in position, and I guess I can get some more of these guys here. Completely useless, but at least I can stab very badly at someone. Some more numbers. Probably won't gonna need it, but as soon as Kailasa goes AI, I want to strike, and if I see expanding underwater, which is dangerous for us, I probably have to do something. Probably I should just talk to my ally then. So what we now need is... Sorry, I need an army leader again. I can't start growing the next fucker. Oh yeah. Let's leave it at this. Yeah, of course, but those 2 are assassins, so if I don't want to tear them... Oh, yeah, of course, fine, Chi. You can have a Dreamstone as a treat. And that's basic fuckery done. Arco has stayed last turn. Bruce has made its comeback against Kailasa. Ktis is also still in the game despite being AI controlled. And Ur is now sitting on Kailasa itself. Maybe I can take a look if I'm lucky. We are still on a strict time limit. And boy, is the player of Hinnom making this hard. So we'll combine this army, we'll continue attacking Hinnom's capital, and then hope we can grab some Kailasa provinces if things go bad for that one. At least we could take Lupia now that Arco has lost control and we had to walk through it. Yeah, okay. Some more assassins are giving up. Another assassin is in position accidentally to do another strike. Let's see if our heavily geared assassin is faring better than our non-geared ones. And research is still continuing. Evocation. Upgrade 7 and 8. Yeah, of course, for those weird spells I want to cast. Yeah, now up to 11 Glamour Gems. Still horribly low. But, well, for now that's good enough, I suppose. And I have 45 air gem. Well, I'll try asking Arco again. They should have another stash of Glamour Gems ready for another trade if I'm lucky. And that's it. The Hinnom War continues, even though it is slowly drawing to a close. I just have to carefully destroy the last 2 armies Hinnom has. And then we'll be done. At least Hinnom should be running low on gems by now. But since I'm seeing imps here, he's probably destroying his own capital's, how to say this, population to feed his blood mages. That is probably what I'm seeing here. Well, I'm seeing more next turn, I'm probably, because there's a good chance that my army will run right into whatever is going on in his capital. And of course this stupid army is protected against griffins. No, the griffins are all in the south. I have to remember doing some retooling just to make sure that the griffins aren't immediately feasting on my mages. It's painful again that I had to carefully put troops among my mages here. But I guess this means we're probably not immediately eating shit if there is something flying waiting for us. But yeah, that's it for now. I guess I can end this turn now. Libluini out.